In this episode, we talked to Tatiana McDaniel. She is an amazing marketer and CMO for Chief Marketing Officer, that is, for an interesting organization that is concentrating on the women's category. So I'd really love for you to hear her perspective, the tools that she's using to grow and to scale her business. And I'm definitely sure that's going to be helpful to you. Before we get into that podcast, please go ahead and subscribe to our podcast. Leave us a review. This is super helpful for us when you can tell us how we're doing, when you can like us, and you can actually share this podcast and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That's super helpful for us, guys, as we jump into chatting with my good friend Tatiana. Let's go. All right, Tatiana, my friend, welcome. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me finally.
Oh my God, it's so great to have you. And it's we've been, for listeners, have been just chasing Tatiana around the world. She's been such a busy person, but we're super excited to have you, and I can't wait for listeners to participate in this conversation. So why don't we get started by
Absolutely
telling us who you are and what you do?
So thank you so much, first of all, for having me. My name is Tatiana McDaniel, and I am a marketer, digital marketer, but I also work in various areas of marketing.
Right.
And I had worked in many years in advertising agencies. So I was on the advertising side. For those that don't know, there's like advertising, and then there's marketing side, which is more on the client side.
Mm-hmm.
So I had worked at advertising agencies for many years. And now I have completely left the corporate world, and I'm focusing on building brands alongside some partners of mine in, specifically right now, the nutraceutical space. So vitamins, supplements, it's the wellness category. It's really popular right now, but it is also of interest to me because health and wellness is important. So that's in a
Nice.
nutshell. So I'm the CMO of Happy V. It's a women's wellness company.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I hear you're doing some fantastic work out there at Happy Bee.
Oh, thank
But
you.
talk to us a little about how did you get to this point? Like from a marketing standpoint, now you're a CMO, and I'm sure you started somewhere. And how did you
Yep.
get to this? Like, what brought you to this space that you're in now?
Great question. So I, like many young college students, had no clue what I was going to do with my future. Some people have like the very clear direction.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'll go into business. So my minor is actually in business administration, but I took a course in advertising. And this is many years ago when
Hmm.
Facebook and Instagram, like those things didn't even exist,
Yeah.
let alone marketing digitally. But
Yeah.
what really fascinated me was consumer behavior. And I really liked analyzing consumption trends, and I liked seeing the customer journey of how people made their purchasing decisions, and kind of like identifying purchasing powers for customers. And what's fascinating about now the digital marketing space is that you have so much data that informs you as a marketer,
Hmm.
whether you are on the agency side or on the brand side, to be able to make informed decisions about marketing. So that's kind of what appealed me to the marketing space. It was kind of like the psychology behind it. And then I worked in agencies, like I said, for many, many years.
Yeah.
And I personally just felt a little bit of a corporate burnout. No, that was really serendipitous how like I blanked out there when I said corporate burnout. But
The, yeah, that we can use that.
maybe you can use that. But anyways, so what ended up happening for me was I had an amazing opportunity with some dear friends of mine to work with them in their business.
Hmm.
And I started off consulting with them. And it turned out to be a wonderful partnership where I ended up leaving my job last year. Yes, 2020, in the middle of a
Mm.
pandemic. I
Wow.
left my corporate job to join this team, Happy V. V for women's wellness products. So you can imagine what that stands for. But I am so happy, and I feel like I finally am in my element in
Nice.
terms of what I market, because sometimes when you're in marketing, you don't really get to choose what you want to market and what you want to promote. And so I actually get to be in a category of a space that I believe in and that I trust. And it ultimately helps other people live healthier and better and happier lives. And so, that's how I got here.
Fantastic. I love it. I love it. So we're going
Thanks.
to talk about a tool today that you actually use in your business, and
Yes.
you're recommending for you or listeners to use as well. So tell us about this tool, what it is, and
Mm-hmm.
and also just kind of give us some, some color around this particular tool.
Sure. So, first of all, I do want to disclaim no
Yes.
affiliation. I
Uh-huh.
don't even know anybody that of the people that run the tool.
Yes.
This is a very honest review. So we use lots of tools because we're a very lean team. So there's primarily three of us that like grind at it every single day. And then of course we have vendors and different partners that we work with on occasion. So
Hmm.
for us, tools that help us optimize any area of our business are really important. And so one of the tools that we really love right now is called ManyChat.
Nice.
ManyChat is a chatbot system that allows you to do lots of different things. So, I mean, depending on how you set it up within your business infrastructure, it could be a lead gen tool, it could be a tool to engage prospected clients. We use it specifically for customer service efforts. And also as like a first check-in to capture information and data about any potential customers and
Hmm.
prospects.
Hmm.
And then once we've sort of vetted them, then they get kind of like handed over to the real customer service, if you will.
Hmm.
Um, but for us, using ManyChat has really helped us save time, which is a really important resource as a business owner when there's so many things that you've got to dedicate and do, and you only have so many hours in a day. So that's why we really like ManyChat.
Awesome, awesome. And what did you used to use before ManyChat? Like, was there another tool that you used to use before?
Oh, it was like manual customer service.
Manual. Okay, cool. So now you're automating it with this ManyChat tool.
Yes, exactly. And I'm sure there are other services similar to ManyChat. I think we've just been so enamored with it because it's worked specifically for our business and for what we need to use it for. And I can get into detail if you want. It's more technical stuff,
Right.
um, but that's why we going from manually responding and tracking on your Excel spreadsheet all of the questions, and when you're a business, so we're a D2C business, so we deal with lots of different customer service inquiries, issues, um, all sorts of stuff. And so being able to have a tool that sort of helps you vet and categorize everything is really
Hmm.
important for us, and it helps us to then be more intentional with our responses. And like I said, it frees up our time.
Yeah.
um, so
Nice,
it's great.
nice. So
Yeah.
who's this tool for? Like, who do you say is a great user for a tool like this? I know you are not, any affiliation. We for listeners, we there's no affiliation to this tool. We
Yep.
just love connecting with folks who are very good at suggesting things to help you grow. And so this is a part of what we're having this conversation about. But who do you say is this tool for, Tatiana, and like the target audience for a tool like this?
Absolutely. So I would say that if you are a business owner, or if you are part of a marketing or even customer service department of a team, then this is a great tool for you, because it not only helps you automate the customer service element of your business, but it helps you also like categorize and organize your data. And so, organization of data and making sure that your spreadsheets are structured properly then helps you when you have to integrate with other platforms that much
Mhm.
better.
Nice.
So I would definitely say if you're a small team, it's definitely for you because it's going to save you a lot of time. And even if you're a large team, if you want some like real, reliable, structured organization, it also helps.
Nice, nice. And how is this tool? So I don't know if you've used other tools like the alternative, because obviously there are
Mhm.
alternatives to ManyChat.
Yeah.
Do you know any of the differences between like ManyChat and maybe some other alternatives that are out there that you could share?
Um, well, I don't, like I said, I haven't used any alternative tool, but what I can say is that um, the wonderful thing about ManyChat is you can create conditions for how the chat bot interacts with different customers. And so, what do I mean by that? An example could be if the customer responded this, then they get this message. And if they
Mm,
responded that, then they get that message. And what that helps you to do is, like I said, the organization and sort of the flow. So that type of conditioning element where you can define that based on your business needs and your organizational needs is really great. Um, I have to believe that there are other tools that offer that, but that's one of the features that I really like.
nice, nice. Yeah, that sounds very nice. And I was just about to ask what some of the practical things you can do with the tool, and you started, which is saying, that if then
Yeah.
this then that.
Yep.
Do you have anything else that you could practically sort of like do with it? So this is sort of like a chat bot setup
Yes.
situation, right? That works 24 hours on your website, or where else does this work for you?
Yeah, so you can actually integrate it with your Facebook. And so we actually have run a lot of our advertisements through the Messenger objective. And so if any of you guys are familiar with running ads on Facebook, Ricardo, I know you're the pro. But when you're running ads on Facebook, the main thing that you need to do is decide, what do you want the consumer to do when they see your ad? Do you
Right.
want them to click onto your website? Do you want them to download a PDF? Do you want to collect their email? One thing that you can do is have them message you. And so if they message you and they hear crickets and no response, well, that's not really good for your brand. And
Yeah.
so what the bot allows you to do is to integrate it immediately so that when your brand receives a message, there's an instant response right off the bat. And then based on the conditioning, you can even have a bit of a conversation that then helps steer the consumer in a certain direction that you want to take them, whether that's to buy a product, whether that's to give you their email address, or to take a survey. I mean, there's lots of different ways if you get creative with how you can use the bot. And you can use images, you can use GIFs, you can put pictures up, link it out to different websites if you're interested in that. So the flexibility is great too and what you can do.
Nice, nice. So you can integrate it with Facebook. You can integrate it with other social channels, I'm
Yes.
supposing. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Instagram. Yeah.
What about like CRM? Can it be integrated with CRM as well? Do you have any CRMs that you can suggest integration for?
Yes, yes. So we use for our email platform, we use Klaviyo. Klaviyo is pretty great for e-commerce brands. So if you're selling products, we've found it to be wonderful. And there is an integration with Klaviyo where if, for instance, you're collecting an email and
Hmm.
then you want an immediate email to be triggered out to that consumer, then you can plug that in, the plugin. You can
Right.
plug it in, and then based on whatever your email campaigns look like, now all of a sudden you have, that seamless connection of an instant email in their inbox. Um,
Nice.
of course, you do have to disclaim what you're doing with the person's email. So make sure you have a privacy policy set up, make sure you're being honest about what you're doing with the emails, which, if you're a true and sincere brand, then you are. Some people aren't. But yeah, but it makes it really easy for email integration in CRM.
This podcast is sponsored by MeisterTask, the most intuitive task manager on the web. MeisterTask is an easy-to-use project management tool. Makes it easy and fun, colorful to get all your projects managed in one place. as an entrepreneur, I use MyStask to help me manage all of my projects. I can drag and drop different tasks. I can assign key people to the task. I can set deadlines and schedules and enjoy just the beautiful colors while I do that. If you are interested in trying MyStask, go to meistertask.com/DMT tools. That's meistertask.com/DMT tools. And you can sign up for a free trial when you upgrade to the pro plan. So get started for free today, and invite your team members and get productive together. Nice. I love that. And so folks who are listening, if they're interested in trying this tool out or using it, like, is it free? Are you using a free version? Is it a freemium? Is there a paid version? Like how much do you know about that?
Yeah, so I know that there's a free trial version.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the way that it works is based on volume of messages. And so the moment you hit, and I can't remember what the cap is, you will have to pay a subscription for it, but I don't think it's that expensive. I want to say it's like $10 a month.
Oh, wow.
So it's not terribly expensive. And then of course, as you want to increase and go to the pro levels and get more and more features available to you, you can. But for something pretty basic and just having an instant response to customers, I think it's $10 a month. It might have gone up since the pandemic. I'm not sure. $10.99 maybe. But yeah, it's not that bad.
Nice. No, it definitely is a tool that I got to check out. I honestly haven't used it, or I haven't tried it.
Really?
I've got to share it with the team to check that out, to see how best that would be helpful. I know about Klaviyo and the other stuff that was mentioned, but absolutely need to try that out. So I know staying in business, and congrats on your role, and just just moving things forward in running your business, and I know that has not been easy, and staying in there has got your roller coaster situation. How have you actually done it? Because a lot of our listeners are getting into this for the first time. They're thinking about starting up their business as well. But how have you done it, and what would you say has been the best thing since you started?
Well, I will say this, and I should probably preface by explaining that I left my job in the middle of a pandemic.
Yes.
So very risky time to just leave everything that's secure behind.
Mm-hmm.
But you really have to believe in your business. So, I mean, of course, there are tangible resources that I can talk to you about all day, but I think more important than that, it's the confidence that you have in what you're doing and what you're building. And if you're a solopreneur, then surrounding yourself with like-minded people who are maybe doing something completely different in a different category, but still have a goal set in mind. Because I hear the solopreneur world can be very lonely.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blessed. Yeah, you, Ricardo, but you have a wonderful team.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's I've been solo first, and then I had to build a team after. So I definitely know the loneliness in that world.
Exactly. And so having good, trusted friends or former colleagues or a group of people that you've networked with that can help you stay on track and stay grounded and focused. Resiliency is key, obviously. And then once you start to build your team, building a team of people that you trust. I think trust in business is the most important thing. And so it's being very clear about not only goals, but what you're negotiating, what the expectations are of your team members, and having fun. Absolutely. Because if you're doing something that you love, you have to be having fun.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic. I mean, having fun is something I'm learning, but it's been one of those things I've been told to me all this time. You got to have fun in what you do. You got to have fun, and That's
Yeah.
great to hear that coming from you.
Yeah.
So is there anything that I didn't ask you, Tatiana, that you'd like to share with us?
Um, well, I do have an offer for your listeners if they're interested.
Oh, nice. We love offers.
Yeah.
Tell
So,
us about it.
so a little bit of detail about the specific products that I have.
Right.
We sell women's wellness, probiotics, um, products for menopause, symptom relief, for menstrual pain relief. So we're very heavily focused on the women's category,
Mm-hmm.
and we are offering some products at buy one get one free. So if you're
Nice.
interested in that, you can email me at Tati at Happy V as in vagina,
Uh-huh.
.com. So Tati at happyv.com to get any of our women's wellness products for buy one, get one free. The
Nice.
other offer we have that now includes the gentleman of the group
Uh-huh.
is we are offering immunity products. So we recently built a smaller labeled brand called The Immunity Co. And right now we're selling on Amazon. We're just getting our feet wet. And
Mm-hmm.
so we are offering these products completely free.
Oh,
So
nice.
all you have to do is purchase it, and we will 100% rebate you for the product purchase. Same thing goes. You can email me at tati at happyv.com, and I'll set you up whether you're interested in the women's wellness products or the immunity products. They're both available for your listeners, and we hope that they try them and really like them.
Nice. I mean, that sounds like a great offer. So it's Tati, Tati,
Yes.
at Happy V, as in Victor, right?
V as in Victor.
happyv.com, and you can email Tati and let her know you listen to the podcast and take advantage of those offers. Do you have the URL for the other tool, ManyChat? It's just ManyChat,
.com.
MANY chat.com, right?
Yep,
And you can
that's it.
actually go there. So I usually like to ask questions too around sort of what I'm remembering that I didn't ask you was, what books are you reading now, and kind of what podcasts are you listening to?
Okay, so one of my all-time favorite podcasts is it's an NPR podcast by Guy Raz. It's called How I Built This.
How I Built This. Cool. I love that
How
podcast.
I Built This is amazing just because it gives you the lens of entrepreneurs from so many different industries and angles. And it also really shows you the trajectory of entrepreneurship, which is never a straight line up. Um,
Nice.
and so you pick up little ideas here and there from hearing about other people's success stories, and then you figure out, how do I apply that to my business? So that's one of my recommended podcasts. In terms of what I'm reading, oh my goodness, I have a really long Audible list. um, I recently finished Grit by Angela Duckworth.
Grip. Okay, cool.
Grit, Grit, like you got to have grit to make the business work. Oh, my
Nice.
my video's in and out. I'm sorry, guys.
It's grit.
Um, so Grit is a great one. A more less businessy, but still like teaches you how to stay focused. That's a recent book that just came out. It's called Green Lights.
Green lights.
Green Lights is actually it's kind of an autobiography by Matthew McConaughey,
Hmm.
but I've never seen Matthew McConaughey in a different light before than this. Like he really tells you how to make every opportunity in life a positive one. And I think that that's really important whenever you're in life in general, but especially when you have a business, because you are going to run into obstacles, you are going to run into issues that test you. And so how do you turn that red light into a green light?
Nice. I love
Um,
it. That's interesting.
yeah, I mean, I can continue with my list.
That sounds, you can give us one more. That sounds like a good book that I would read too. So,
No, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. And it's a new one. So I think he just within the last year launched
okay,
that
awesome.
one.
Great. Well, Tatiana, I really appreciated you coming here. We're looking for creators and master users of tools to help other businesses who are just starting out or other non-tech small businesses to grow quickly. I don't know if you have any recommendations of who else I should be talking to or what other tool I should be chasing down, but we're actually just kind of scouring the space for these different amazing tools that are helping businesses and can actually help others, because a lot of times people, it's just information that changes things. You'll just one step away from, or one piece of knowledge away from getting that breakthrough. So I don't know if you have any, or any other master tool users or any creator tools that you think you can recommend for us to add to our wish list of guests that would love to bring on here.
Absolutely. So I apologize. I don't know why my video is like flashing my face in and out. I don't know if it's the background, maybe. I don't know. But goodness gracious, tools. So really, I guess it depends on the space and the category that you're honing in on. For art and design, I know a lot of times entrepreneurs just need like quick and easy
Mm-hmm.
designs. And so the 99 Designs and the Upworks of the world, those are two different platforms that I've worked with my team in the past. And we've found some pretty decent talent on
Mm-hmm.
those tools. And so the good thing about that is it's a trusted platform. You're not risking the fact that somebody abroad is gonna run
Yeah.
away with your money or run away with your designs and
Right.
content. So those I think are two really great tools for creative design. Obviously, social media, like 2021, everybody needs to be leveraging social media if you have a business.
Yeah.
If you're not, it's a clear mistake. So find out where, based on your business, it makes sense to have a presence, and don't overwhelm yourself by trying to do all of the major platforms all at once. Focus on owning one or two really, really well, whether that be Facebook, Instagram, Clubhouse, Pinterest,
Yeah.
LinkedIn, YouTube. The list continues forever and you
Yeah.
can't do it all. So select one or two, dominate those spaces. TikTok, oh my God. And then you can sort of start to sprinkle into other areas and figure out, how do you take the content that's really successful on one platform, shift it, and make it make sense for another platform.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
that was really great. Thank you for that. And I really appreciate you. Listen, man, it was so good to have you here. Definitely won't be the last. We'd love to have you back and talk
Yeah.
to us a little more about some of the other stuff that you're doing. And good luck at Happy V. And definitely here to help you
Thank
whenever
you.
you are, whenever you're ready, whatever we can do on our end. So
Uh,
thank you so much, Tati. It's just
Ricardo,
been great to have you.
you and your team are amazing.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure also to work with you. Ricardo and I get to get on weekly calls together, and I just love the energy that you bring, how positive you are, and I wish you and your team the best.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Lots of love from us to you.
Same.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
That was Tatiana McDaniel. We talked a lot about ManyChat, and I hope you enjoyed that conversation. I can't wait to hear how you use ManyChat. Feel free to share this podcast, leave us a review, and subscribe to this podcast as well. Give us some feedback. We'd love to know how we're doing and how these tools are helping you to level up your growth and to draw attention to more customers out there. So thank you for listening, and until next time, choose a tool to help to rule your growth.